Hey guys, Dr. Childs here. Today we're going to be talking about one of my supplements, and that is Iodine Ultra Complex. So hopefully you can see that there. Well, just trust me, this is Iodine Ultra Complex. And this is one of my supplements which contains iodine. In fact, it contains a relatively high dose, so medium to high dose of iodine. And I'm going to talk about why that's so beneficial, why pretty much everyone needs iodine, how to use it, what the makeup is of the different types of iodine. And so on. So let's jump into this right now. So there is a lot of controversy around iodine in the general public, but also in those people who have thyroid disease. So a lot of people will say, oh, I've been told iodine is dangerous, I shouldn't take it, and so on. That is 100% false. If anyone ever tells you that iodine is dangerous or that you don't need it, I can promise you that person has no idea, has not spent any time in the relevant research. Iodine is 100% essential to human beings, okay? Human beings cannot create iodine and they cannot survive without it, okay? If you do not have iodine, you do not have thyroid hormone. It is a precursor, relevant precursor to the creation of thyroid hormone. If you have zero thyroid hormone in your body because you don't have enough iodine, you will go into something called a myxedema coma and you will die. Okay, so iodine, right now, as you're listening to this, you have tons of iodine in your body and you have a need for iodine, continual iodine, okay? So now some people will say, well, but whenever I take iodine, I don't necessarily feel well. That's a completely different story. That can happen, but that's usually dose dependent. But if anyone tells you you can't take iodine, that person has no idea what they're talking about for the reasons I mentioned previously. In addition, iodine is found in all sorts of foods. So you are having it every single day, whether you realize it or not. It's in things like bananas and strawberries, tuna fish, deli meats, and so on. It's in all sorts of everyday milk, eggs, etc. It's in all sorts of everyday natural foods that you are consuming, whether you realize it or not. And if you weren't, you would have a big problem, okay? So I want to get that out of the way. Iodine is essential. I have given iodine to something like 30,000 plus patients who have used my products, and they have had great success. So I want to get that out of your head. It is something that you actually have to have. Now, when it comes to dose, that's a completely different story, okay? So using dose, this is a medium to high dose iodine complex, and it is designed for a specific purpose, but at a safe level, okay? Using incredibly high doses of iodine is not necessarily safe. In each dose of this iodine ultra complex, this is what it looks like, just to give you an idea. Each capsule contains 12.5 milligrams, which is 12,500 micrograms, okay, of iodine in two different forms. So it's split up in this way. So 7,500 micrograms are potassium iodide and 5,000 micrograms are molecular iodine. They come in this way because that's the most active and easiest to use form of iodine that you can take inside of your body, so it's readily available. So why would you consider using a medium to high dose? That has to do with a lot of your behavior towards iodine in the past and how much iodine your body actually needs. So there's actually a very high demand for iodine inside the human body. And since a lot of people are avoiding iodized salt and other natural sources of iodine, they actually are pretty deficient as it stands. So this type of iodine is used specifically to replete or replace those lost levels inside of your body. Because again, everyone needs iodine. Now, it just so happens that you can take a fairly high dose of iodine, which again, this is the medium to high dose range. You can take one of these capsules and it would cover you for several weeks. So I've created it in such a way that it will do basically two important things. Number one, it will replace low levels lost by providing you this medium to high amount. And number two, it kind of takes away the necessity of consuming around 200 to 300 micrograms every single day, because you can take 10 or 20 times that in one capsule, and that covers you for a 20 or 30 day period. So it has that benefit in using it in that way by replacing the levels and also reducing the need that you have to consume certain foods to maintain those iodine levels every single day. I put this in my hypothyroid bundle, which is a bundle for all people with low thyroid function, and has done amazingly well in that bundle and all the people who have used it. So you don't necessarily need to be scared of iodine. If you've used iodine in the past and you have been sensitive to it, you might want to start with the lower dose. This may not be the product for you. So I'm happy to recommend that, to tell you that up front. So if you've used iodine in the past and you've had a problem, then I'd recommend starting at a lower dose, not this product, something like thyroid glandular or thyroid daily essentials, which contains a lower dose of iodine, which would be better for that individual. You will be able to, I pretty much can guarantee you'll be able to work up to this dose at some point, but it may not be the correct starting dose for you. So that is the importance of iodine and why I recommend using it. Now, in terms of using this particular product, the recommended dose is 1 capsule per day Or you can split it up, as I mentioned previously, one capsule every second day or every third day, or one capsule every week. It's pretty potent, not super potent that it will cause problems, but potent enough that it will provide your body with what it needs to replace those levels and provide you with iodine for several weeks to come, even if in just one little dose. But those are doses that you take down the road. I recommend probably using one every 1 to 2 or 3 days daily until you run out of this bottle. And then from that point on, you can take that sort of maintenance dose as needed. So where did I get this dosing from? This 12.5 milligram dose is the average dose of those people who live in certain areas in Japan, and that's how much they are consuming naturally each and every day. So this product attempts to mimic that concentration, the types of iodine that they're consuming, and the dose of iodine that they're consuming. So I can say with a high degree of certainty, not only from the experience that I've had in treating lots of people and the thousands who have used it, but also the experience of the Japanese population who use this same dose every single day. In fact, they have really low rates of breast cancer and thyroid disease and so on. So they're doing really well from that perspective, probably in part because they're consuming this much iodine. So you do not need to be afraid of that. As with all of my supplements, this Iodine Ultra Complex comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have really nothing to lose. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, just let me know or let us know, and we'll take care of that return for you and help you with that refund. I want to make sure that my products work for you, so that's why I have that 60-day refund policy. Number two, all of my supplements are produced and manufactured in the United States, and they all get third-party verification to ensure that the ingredients that I say are in them are actually in them, and they are consumed or they are manufactured in a GMP compliant facility, which represents the highest standards for the supplement industry. So I just want to ensure or want you to know that the products contain what they have and they represent the highest quality. So if you have any questions about what you should use, whether or not this product is right for you, just reach out to us. I answer a lot of emails, but I also have a team that answers a lot of emails. We want to make sure that we find the best supplements for you. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Shoot us an email at hello@restartmed.com and we'll get back to you. We'll let you know. Or if something's better for you, we'll let you know that too. So that's all I have for you guys today, and otherwise I'll see you in the next one.